I've managed to hook this up already to the original Loom. So for those of you that just want to hook it up, these wires go to the amplifiers. Now you've got the front right, which is the brown and the white, and then you've got the front left, which is red and blue. Problem being is the ground noise is phenomenal, and this, there is no front and rear because it goes to the amp at the back. So this 30-year-old amp is just dog basically. Sorry about the quality, but it started raining, so I had to bring the car in. I mentioned the speakers, I haven't actually mentioned the power. So out of the two, you need a cross of the white one and the green one. And in those wires, you'll see this loom. So the ground is the brown one. Where this loops, I've just literally just cut it and chopped. So that is your ground. Then your auxiliary, if you go to this grey plug, the auxiliary is this one here, which is the third one in there. So that's the one I've used for the auxiliary. And then your main power is this blue and yellow there. I'm not going to amp it. I don't see the point. That's good enough for me. I mean, it's a 1J. What do I need to listen to the radio for? It's only when I'm doing long trips. I'm going to just hook the speakers directly up to that and then just see how it sounds. So I've had to take the door card off, which I didn't want to do. I've unplugged it there, and I'm going to have to do a continuity test. And it is this plug that goes in there. So all I've done is I've disconnected it because I just want to make sure that there is no interference from anything else. So we're in the white one, so this bottom white one here, it is that one. Rather than messing around, I've taken the speaker out. Blue is positive, white is negative. So the white one is the negative, so the negative is the blue wire. So it literally swaps from blue is positive to blue is negative, and anyway. So right, now we know that. So we've just turned the stereo on and the speaker is working. So rather annoyingly, after I put the entire door card back on, guess what you can see if you just take all the window switches out? You can actually see the wires. So I could have just done it from there. So using the same principle, I just took that off instead of doing the whole door. So would you believe it? You would think it would be the bottom two on the opposite side, but no, it's the top two. That side, it's the bottom two. On this side, it's the top two. Now let's do the rears. I've now put the rear speakers in. I've literally just put new wires in. You probably can't see it because it's too dark. So that's all working now. The other thing I've had to do is, I'm quite lucky in the respect of I actually found a genuine SC300 mounting bracket. Problem is, I don't know whether this is because it's right-hand drive and the SC300 is a left-hand drive. Basically, the fitment is crap. So what I've had to do is get the original and retrofit it, because what I wanted this here, because I got rid of that, put this stereo next to there, and there's a gap like this big at the bottom here. So I'm hoping this is going to sit, that should sit quite nicely now. So the fitment's actually not too bad. Obviously, first thing I've done is make sure that all my auxiliaries are ready to go, so I don't have to take everything out if I ever want to add anything. But yeah, that's sitting pretty nice. So far I'm quite happy with that. So now let's get the fascia on. So it's all back together now, and to be fair, it's not a bad fitment. Sorry for the picture, I know the picture's a bit but yeah, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. So now we just got to turn it on. Schoolboy error. I've put it all back together and not tested it. Everything's working, everything's lit up, everything looks good. So there you go, guys. That is how to wire up an aftermarket stereo in a Soarer / SC300 / SC400 / everything else. But yeah, thanks for watching.